What's up, guys? This is AV Investments back with you. Well, great day for the stock market overall. We've seen crazy volatile movements, but it wasn't really like if you follow what we talk about in my channel, then nothing is really crazy because it's kind of to be expected. It looked like, they needed to get a lot of they did what they had to do basically the past 2 days to get their contracts and the money, and then they cashed out. And then retail, obviously always unfortunately a step behind, is always loading up the boat, especially on the contract side, late after, and like a step behind. And what they did was, they gave promising like price movement and price action to the point where the retail investor was like, okay, I'm gonna put $19 and $20 strike prices, and I'm not even going to talk about the ones that even went YOLO'd out on 30 and 25, and also for, and the rest. Before after the beginning of the day when it was going up, they pulled the rug, right after around the same time that they did the repo and reverse repo transactions. We had a little bit of a rebound that was basically precisely calculated. Guys, our enemy is a very, very smart adversary, because they've calculated all this, they like much ahead, days in advance. And yeah, I'm not saying that we're losing to them, but they are having it their way, in a way, if that makes any sense. They're gonna make, like I told you guys before, they're gonna make this squeeze, and there's no like hands about it. Like there's no ifs and buts about it. Like I personally think that the squeeze is gonna happen regardless, but they know that as well. And that's how, like, the way that they're gonna pay for it is obviously has been through the community itself. That's why it's been prolonged for over a year, week after week. That's how, because they're making money, a lot of money, and that way they get to make money themselves and walk out of this unscathed, and pay for it through the community itself, because a lot of people obviously are losing a lot of money throughout the year. So anyways, here's the important two things to look forward to. I personally think, guys, and this is a prediction, that next week is going to be really special, extremely special. But that doesn't mean special only good way, or it could be bad. I don't think next week is gonna reflect on the hold pattern that we've been in for the last year and a half, and I feel like something really is gonna kick off next week. Now, I'm not saying that the squeeze will just happen and be over with next week. No, I think something is really brewing. And the reason why I'm saying this, again, guys, the way I do things is I gauge the sentiment, and where every week, especially by today, they kind of take stance and where they load up, what they load up on, and then the events that are happening around us, news and stuff like that. And then I can go and kind of have like some sort of idea, like, oh, what should I expect? Two crazy things that will affect next week. One, the notice that the U.S. government have sent out to all U.S. citizens and all European other allied European citizens to get out of Kyiv, Ukraine in general, within the next 24 to 48 hours. That right there, my friends, is basically the whistle, or the drums beating for the war, which at this point, guys, it looks like it's inevitable and it's going to happen. And the reason why, if you look on both sides, forget the politics, guys. I know we don't want to talk about politics much and any of that sort, but again, this in a way affects what we're in, because you have Russia, who needs Ukraine for all its natural resources, because once upon a time it belonged to the Soviet Union. And then obviously we also want the natural resources there. That's why we're sending so many soldiers and all that stuff. I mean, we're not just we're not indebted to anybody out there except us, right? But the one that controls natural resources and all the elements that are necessary for life, especially in inflation days like this and economies that are breaking down. I mean, guys, in New Zealand, the price of a gallon of a gas is anywhere between $7 to $9. We don't feel it here as much. I know we're saying like, oh, things are expensive and things are going more. I know. I have a small business, I have a restaurant, and I seen the prices go up and higher, and we didn't even really see them like we didn't even scratch the surface of inflation yet. So things over there are not as good, at least as we have it. We've been very lucky and fortunate to be Americans. So God bless everyone, and on all humanity in general, on a general level. But that's what we're getting on the way. That's the wave that we're expecting on the way. So if that was to go down, if this war goes down and this comes to fruition, this whole 24 to 48 hour notice to all citizens to leave premises and come back to their home. Based on that, also today, the Federal Reserve announced a secret emergency closed door meeting on Monday. Could it be that they want to raise the rate hikes? Most possibly. And here's why this is interesting, because are they also going to announce stopping the liquidation of the market, like pumping the market, like the market easing? So yeah, they could possibly do that, and I don't see any reason of why they would be doing this secret emergency meeting besides for that, or unless they want to talk about the finances that this war that they would know about by now, like if it's surely going down or not. They would know, like they will probably talk about how much would it cost, what would they need, all that kind of stuff. What could it possibly be, the budget? I mean, all sorts of shit. Who knows? But it's very, very, very possible. I highly doubt that they will be mentioning anything besides raising the hikes. And if they do so, that's the bell whistle for us, where our play starts skyrocketing, because people will no longer have time, or enough money to to fund this. Loaning or no loaning, it does not matter at that point. It's just a matter of time before you see one after another, like a domino effect, companies falling down. And yeah, we would kick off. And again, I personally think that all plays will be going up at the same time. If you think so, please comment and like in the comment section. If you don't think that's what's gonna happen, then also comment that and let me know. Please guys, subscribe and like the channel. I'm gonna also come back for another second small video just to talk about something like really small, but it's very important. So it's really important because recently it's been surfacing around, and people have been talking about it, and they're making they're making money plans because of it. So I'm just gonna say my 2 cents about it. It's coming right after this, guys. Much love. Enjoy your Friday.